Hello and welcome to the Global Innovators in Business series. In this series, we interview leaders and innovators from different fields to share their experiences and advice with undergraduate students to provide inspiration and motivation. Our guest today is Tracy Young. Tracy is the co-founder of TigerEye, a sales technology company geared towards solving problems for enterprise sales teams. Also previously the co-founder and CEO of PlanGrid, construction productivity software company. PlanGrid grew from 5 co-founders to 450 people and helped build over 1 million construction projects around the globe before it was acquired by Autodesk in 2018. When you wanted to become an entrepreneur, what problem were you trying to solve? And how did you find your team?
Steve Jobs announces the first generation iPad in 2010. And when we saw the first generation iPad, the first thing we tried to do as construction engineers, my co-founder and I, was load up our own blueprints on it. And a box comes up on, I think it was like Adobe Acrobat Reader. A box comes up and it says out of memory. And it was just one sheet of blueprint that we're trying to load up. And on the project that I was on, there were like 5,000 sheets, right? So we were looking at Apple Maps and it feels like this is totally possible. Of course, we didn't know anything about software. So we went to our software friends and said, hey, how hard would it be to build this? And they're like, it would be hard. This is a good idea. You guys should learn how to code. We convinced our incredibly talented software developer friends to quit their jobs and build PlanGrid with us.
The next phase, how is it different from a founder versus running a company?
That's a good question because they're very different skill sets. So as a founder, you're rewarded for being crazy. You are the hero. You are actually constantly trying to find hero work at a startup because you are just trying to become 10 people at once. Things are on fire and you're working late nights to put out the fires. And this is what founders do. I think especially as a young founder, it feels meaningful work. As a team gets bigger, every instinct that a founder has to be a hero and go do the work themselves if something is broken is completely wrong because there's a team here now. So the team needs to do the work. And how do you inspire and motivate the team and help them keep on track and lead them? In fact, every single time something bad happened, I would try to airdrop in and help out that customer with their customer support issue. And then can you imagine our customer support team? I think at the time it was 5 people. They'd look at me like, do you not trust me to do my job? Why did you hire me if you're just going to jump in and handle all the issues? Don't you have something better to do? Same goes for marketing, same goes for product, same goes for every other department in the company. And the good news is it is a muscle that you can work on. And I've been a founder and CEO for something like 12 years now. What that gives me is just a lot of practice to just back off and chill out and look at the problem and maybe ask some questions and help guide the team and lead the team that way without actually trying to go in and jump in the fire and doing it myself.
What was, again, your leap of faith that brought you from already selling a company, very successful, being at YC, giving advice and giving future founders their advice, and then jumping back in, going through YC again to start your own company?
Yeah, I really like building software. I really like working with cool, talented, smart people and building with them. It feels good for me. It's stimulating, it's hard, it's fun. The other reason we decided to start a company is because my co-founder and I are married. We started PlanGrid, now we started TigerEye. We also worked as visiting partners at Y Combinator. But we were also so incredibly confused why it's 2021 and there are so few women around in this community. And it's not just unique to YC, it's just unique to entrepreneurship, and especially the companies get funded. And so part of starting TigerEye was activism for us. We really didn't like the stats here and thought, okay, there's one thing we can control, which is if we start a company, then that's one more towards more women in tech, more women leaders.
Would be your advice for students thinking to drive impact in their career?
I really like this younger generation. You care about the world. I would say continue to not stand for status quo because it ain't working out. There are a lot of problems in our world. And I would also say it is okay to be a bit irreverent. I don't mean disrespectful. Of course, we always have to be respectful, but we can be irreverent of the status quo and want to see change for the better. Because there's a lot of things happening in our world, and hopefully I'm long dead when it gets really bad, but you guys are going to still be around, right? And build the future that you want to live in.